Hey guys, Justin with Ready Business Systems. Today I'm going to be showing you how we're going to use ChatGPT to get some financial insights from QuickBooks. So as you can see here, in ChatGPT we have the 23, 24, and 25 profit and loss statements. And from this, it's able to give us a whole bunch of trend information and data and insights on how to proceed forward. So to get this, what you're going to do is you're going to log into your QuickBooks here, QuickBooks Online. You're going to click on Standard Reports. And then you're going to look for your profit and loss right here. And then what I did is I did last year. And then you can export this right here. If you click here, export to PDF, and then you're going to save it. And then you're going to go to chatgpt.com, and you're going to click here, and you're going to add photos and files. And you can run these dates for the current year. You can run it again for the previous year to change these dates. And then you upload them all into ChatGPT. And I said, give me some insights on my financials year to date compared to previous seasons. So you can see here, 2023, it's showing our revenue, our cost of goods sold, gross profit, expenses, net operating income, net profit. And then it's showing the trend from 23, 24, 25. It's showing 2023, our sales were 1 million, then 1.17, and we're forecasted to be 1.25 this year. Gross margin, it's giving insight here. We didn't have a good year last year. We had very high overhead, and also our labor was a little bit out of control in the spring, which we got under control in 2025. As you can see here, rebounded strongly. Operating expenses. So 2023, our overhead was lower. 2024, we picked up quite a bit of overhead, and obviously we weren't tracking it well. If you follow our videos, you can see our operating worksheet here, our pricing worksheet, and the link below, you'll see a link to download it. But we now track our overhead costs each month as well. We were really just tracking our charge rates and our labor on this spreadsheet, and we were kind of losing sight of our operating budget, our overhead budget. So we have corrected that for this year. And so it's saying that our overhead's the same. So what we fixed is our labor. Our overhead isn't bloated compared to our budget. We planned on having higher overhead this year. However, we didn't have the revenue to offset that, the additional expenses. So our plan so far this year is we're ramping up marketing. We've been under budget on our marketing, and we're trying to increase our sales. Our decision was, we could either cut our overhead, increase our sales. One big change we had this year is we picked up a production manager, which is about $80,000 a year, and that increased our overhead obviously substantially. But the idea there was we have more help. Our manager can do more sales, and our production manager can help manage the crews, so there's more time to do the sales. However, we haven't increased our sales enough to cover some of those additional overhead expenses. So we are pushing sales more now. We're pushing our marketing. Operating income, you can see here, we're on pace for, here's the final net income. This is before some of the other expenses at the bottom of the P&L here. But our final net income, net profit after salaries, payroll, 2023 made 10% profit. 2024 made 3%, and that was a tough year. And this year, we've made 8% so far, and we're on track for 100. So kind of back to 2023, but we do have a lot of infrastructure things that aren't showing these numbers. We have a lot more equipment. Equipment's in much better shape. We have much better staff. So we really just need to push our sales here. It's saying right here, overhead ballooned. 2025 is recovering. We have the best gross margin. So we've done a lot of things this year to really increase our efficiency. We have a fuel truck coming to fuel our trucks. We have better equipment. We have bonus plans for the guys. So there are a lot of factors that came in here. So we're really killing it on our charge rates, and our gross margins is great this year. We're just lacking the revenue there. And we don't want to we could drop our charge rates, try to book more work, but we'd rather push our marketing, push our sales, because it's really just a numbers game. the more estimates you send out, the more work you're going to win, right? So if your price is a little bit higher, you might have to send more estimates to win more work. If your prices are lower, you're going to win more work, but at a lower margin. And I'd rather play the game of having a higher margin, less billable work, and just doing more sales. Anyway, super cool here. Point here will show you how ChatGPT can give you some great insight into your financials. And it gives some strategies here. And I also updated you can chat with the bot here and let it know your thoughts. It's telling us what would be good. So I told it that our plan was, because it was telling us our overhead was high. I'm telling GPT that we plan on increasing our sales instead. It's telling us things that are going to work out well and things to watch out for. One thing here is about the marketing, making sure that the marketing is effective, making sure that that the dollars we're putting into marketing are made up for in revenue. Yeah, and it does forecast here. Something that was cool to double check was our forecasted profit here, which I think is at the top. We're forecasted to make right here on pace for 180,000. And as you can see here, this is our operating spreadsheet. You see our profit, we're forecasting our spreadsheet made 167. And then our cash flow is 173. The difference here is because the cash flow takes into account like paying our bills, paying our loan payments to our equipment, whereas the profit is based on depreciation, which is a fictitious number. So that's why we have these two numbers here. So this is basically what we make on paper, and this is what we actually see in the bank account. So that's our plan for this year. So yeah, if you're interested in this, feel free to reach out. We can help you with that, get you a copy of this pricing worksheet. But there's a lot of things you can do with this ChatGPT by plugging in information that that I'd say is just tons of time. You get it in an instant. So thanks for watching. Catch you next time.